All right, I'm back. All right, guys, so this is Blueprint Section 2. We're starting on page 54. Okay, so they're talking about having a box that's folded and labeling that box. And once we label it, we're opening the folded box up so that we can see all of the information. Now, if I'm going to do an orthographic view in this way, maybe I need a left side and a right side because things are different. And a top and a bottom and the back of things. They're going to give as much information as necessary. Okay, so we want to draw as many views that are needed for this drawing. So really, I want you to look at this, and they're going to, okay, so what would be the first one? My top. So what's the top going to look like? This and this, and don't forget the little hole on the top of this one, okay? And what's my front and side? They're probably going to be pretty much the same, right? So we're going to show this, right, and this. So the curves you no longer see, so they become straight edges, okay? But there's something important in here that we need to include. What is called? It's called a hidden line. A hidden line is a series of dashes that shows that there's something under here like a hole. Okay, so a hidden line has dashes. Okay, and it's going to show that there's a hole in this top member. Okay, so when we draw it, we're not only going to draw this square like this, and this square like this, we're also going to put the dashed here and the dashed here next to it so that we can show that there's holes in it, or is a hole, I should say. All right, so here it is. It says the welding symbol is placed on the view that shows the most detail. It doesn't have to be all of the views, but it can be one of them. Now, this is a T-joint, and here's where the weld is, okay? So look at the top, the front, and the side views. Now, it's all the same information, but it can be very confusing when we look at it, okay? So it says, put the weld in the proper location and draw it. Okay, so where does it go, and what's it going to look like? Okay, so where is the weld going to go, and what does it look like? Okay, so the next one is really important to understand. Looks can be deceiving. And, you know, every once in a while we're all suckered by this because we don't look at all of the information. It's really important to look at all of the information that's given. If we look at this, and if I really just looked at the top and the front, I can see that it's just a T-joint, right? But if I didn't look at that side view, I would not understand that that top is slanted. And it shows me a hidden line right here, which shows me, so what it's showing me is that there's an edge here that I can see, that we're seeing across. So we're seeing that this is that top edge, that's that hidden line, okay? So we need to make sure we understand that shapes can throw things off, okay? So they want you to draw a top, a front, and a side view, and they want you to show with an X what would show this bevel here. How can I show that, and how would I show it correctly, okay? All right, here it is. So as we can see, looks are very deceiving. T-joint, right? Fillet weld. Single flare bevel. Circle or round to flat. Everything's the same, except instead of having a square piece, we have a round piece. So it can really throw us for a loop, right? So it says place the symbol on the top view and sketch the weld for both. So you guys need to understand, what is it going to look like? What's going to happen here? When it says typical, it means I have this as a fillet all the way around, which means if I have this piece like this, typical means I'm going to do it to all of those pieces. All right, guys, as always, take care.